What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got an update on the defensive backs coach, as it appears Steven Adigoke will stay on the Texans, and the page turns to another highly rated target. We also got a little update on Mike Hart, as well as the hiring of Brian Jean-Mary as Michigan's new linebackers coach, plus Michigan losing a key safety to the transfer portal, as well as what the defensive line recruits and targets for Michigan think of Michigan's new expected defensive line coach, Greg Scruggs. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to do is give an update on Michigan's next defensive backs coach, as it came out a couple days ago that Steven Adigoke, the safeties coach of the Houston Texans, was set to take the job here at Michigan. However, some things have changed, and DeMeco Ryans has prioritized in keeping him and boosted his salary, and now it appears he'll be staying with the Houston Texans. Now, according to Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider, Michigan was willing to pay more than the Texans. However, the push from DeMeco Ryans and the boost in salary seemed to stall Michigan's momentum, and now he will be staying with the Texans, it appears. It does suck because he knew a lot of the players on the team and the coaches on the staff as well. He was a former Michigan defensive analyst during the 2021 season, so that's how he knew a lot of the players, and players like Will Johnson, Rod Moore, and others were excited to have him back and coaching their position group. However, again, it does seem like he'll be staying in Houston now. But we did talk about Lamar Morgan, Louisiana defensive coordinator, and it appears he is now on deck for the defensive backs position, coaching position here at Michigan, with Steven Adigoke staying on the Texans. Now, both Adigoke and Morgan did interview with Sharon Moore, and both of them knocked it out of the park, it seems like. However, Lamar Morgan appeared to be the second option for Sharon Moore, which does make sense since, Adigoke already had a connection with the players on the team. But listen, both of them are really good coaches. Lamar Morgan, defensive coordinator and safeties coach for Louisiana. He was a former standout safety for Louisiana from 2003 to 2007. He was recommended to Sharon Moore by Jesse Minter. He's highly recommended by him. He knows the Ravens scheme as well, and he also may bring some Southern recruiting ties with him, which could be huge for Michigan. But again, he is another young coach, and here at Michigan he will be coaching both the defensive backs and the safeties, and he also has experience in doing so, especially at the college level. But during his first year as a play caller for Louisiana in 2021, his defense ranked in the top half of the Sun Belt Conference in total defense, and the team recorded 15 interceptions, which ranked 14th nationally. That was actually in the 2022 season, as he actually returned from coaching on Jesse Minter's Vanderbilt staff, as he coached the cornerbacks there for the 2021 season, which is why he has ties with Jesse Minter. So again, he was the second option for Sharon Moore. However, when they both interviewed Adigoke and Morgan, it seemed to be a two-way race, and both of them again knocked it out of the park on their interviews. Lamar Morgan, though, it appears Michigan, he is next on deck after the news of Adigoke staying in Houston. But again, he does bring some experience. He was Louisiana's defensive coordinator for the past couple years, and also wherever he's gone, even Vanderbilt, the numbers of interceptions have gone up. While coaching the secondary in Vanderbilt, the interception total went from 2 in 2020 to 13 in 2021. And again, he is young, so recruiting, he should be a good recruiter. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Lamar Morgan, as he is now the target for Michigan's defensive back coaching position. I did want to give a little update on running backs coach Mike Hart. There really hasn't been anything to come out, nothing definitive, and that's been out of respect for him. Now, it would be a huge loss if Michigan did indeed lose him. However, there's also been concerns about his health and potentially private stuff going on in his life. So, nobody's really too sure. So there really hasn't been much digging going on. But that's the latest on Mike Hart, and we'll see if stuff comes out here soon. But that's really where we stand with Mike Hart. So did want to talk about Michigan defensive back and safety Keon Sabb as he has entered the transfer portal. This is a huge, tough loss for Michigan, the first really major player to enter the portal. He played 18 games during his time here at Michigan, with 14 of them during the 2023 national championship season. He also recorded 28 tackles and 1 tackle for loss in that time, and he had 2 interceptions, a former 4-star recruit, and he was definitely going to potentially be a starter next year for Michigan. So maybe not a starter over Rod Moore and Makari Page, but definitely was going to get playing time and be a key role in the rotation of the safeties. But sucks to see him go. And then Michigan also got the news that the Tennessee linebackers coach Brian Jean-Mary will be coming on to Michigan's coaching staff, another big hire for Sharon Moore. According to VolQuest of On3, Jean-Mary has linked a 3-year deal with Michigan and has informed Tennessee of his decision on Thursday. So he will rejoin Michigan staff. He was previously on the staff in the 2020 season. However, he then left to go to Tennessee. Things just didn't really work out with him and Jim Harbaugh. I mean, obviously the 2020 season was just not a great season here at Michigan, but he returns now with Sharon Moore. Now, him and Sharon Moore have spent time together before. They both spent time together in Louisville. Jean-Mary has had tons of experience at the college level, not only as a linebackers coach, but also a defensive coordinator at South Florida. He's also supposed to be a really good recruiter, as Tennessee, they loved him. They said that he recruited well and also developed their linebackers really good. That is why Josh Heupel and Tennessee, they really wanted to keep him on their staff, and they made a push to do so, but Michigan was ready for it, and Sharon Moore locked him up yesterday as the news came out. So now I did want to talk about some recruiting news. Recruits reacting to Michigan hiring Greg Scruggs as their next defensive line coach. He comes from Wisconsin. Obviously, we talked about, Michigan potentially losing their 2024 commits, especially the defensive line. However, Scruggs, he was heavily involved in the recruitment of Dominic Nichols. He was also familiar with the edge signee Luggard Edokpe. So the addition of Scruggs should help Michigan keep their defensive line recruits in the 2024 class. He is coming from Wisconsin. He should be a great recruiter here as well, just like Mike Elston. Now, 2025 4-star defensive lineman Jalen Williams, he was frustrated when Mike Elston jumped ship. However, after Michigan's expected hire of Scruggs, he told E.J. Holland of the Wolverine that I think it's a great decision. Coach Scruggs is one of my favorite coaches, and we've built a really good relationship since he recruited me my sophomore year. And he said Coach Sharon Moore definitely didn't lie when he said, trust me. Now, Michigan had 3 crystal ball predictions going in their favor already. There's also a couple other defensive line recruits that said it was just a great hire, and also talking about how some of these recruits have already had relationships with Scruggs before in the past. So some big news there. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.